Do you ever feel that absolutely nothing goes right when you're just trying to get ready for work to head out the door? Or when you get
Yes!
to the office, do you sometimes feel like you have absolutely no control over how your workday goes?
Yes!
Yes, right? If this is you, stay tuned. In today's episode, 3 things you can control every single day, I'm going to show you some strategies so that you can have a terrific workday no matter what. If you're new to my channel, I'm Dr. Dawn, CEO and founder of DrDawn Shop Talk. And on this channel, I'm going to share with you my favorite career insider secrets based on 30 years of experience in the workforce. I specialize in helping folks take their career to the next level, and in particular, working with professional women so that they can unlock their true potential and live their life with more passion and purpose. If this sounds like you, then subscribe to my channel. I drop a new episode each and every Monday so that you can start your week off on the right foot. And did you know I have a free downloadable called When Your Office is Driving You Nuts? Who doesn't need that, right? This is one of my favorite cheat sheets, and it's your underground playbook so that you can have a wonderful day at work no matter what is going on. Stick around to the end, and I'm going to show you how you can get your free copy today. All right, you guys, let's get started with today's episode. 3 things that you can control every single day. Now, when I talk about things to control, the reason we're starting with this is because we're actually beginning our series today on how to upskill your career. On my channel, you're going to see lots of secrets. So I've got a whole bunch of playlists for you. Go check that out. And we talk about all the different barriers that can interfere with your success. Because if you feel successful in the workplace, if you're looking forward to the workday, if you're like me and you literally wake up in the morning and say, Happy Monday, which I know kind of drives my husband nuts, and it does kind of drive my coworkers nuts, but hey, we have fun with it. And you know why we do? Because the one thing we can control for sure is our attitude about our work, right? Don't we as adults do a lousy job of getting young people excited about the workplace? All we do is talk about Happy Friday and nobody talks about a Happy Monday. Well, that's going to be our first tip, is basically thinking about what you do and what you say. So tip number 1, you guys, that you do have control of every single day, whether it's at work or at home, are the words you say. I want you to think about the fact that words are very, very powerful. What you say to others definitely makes an impact. So kindness goes a long way. Now, when you get that downloadable and you see that there's definitely times where your coworkers, your colleagues, even your boss might actually be driving you a little batty, so much so that maybe you want to throw a stapler over that cubicle, right? Even when
Yes!
that happens, you still have a responsibility to yourself and to your coworkers and the team to really think about what you say. Words really are so powerful. Now, even if your coworker doesn't deserve your kindness, remember, superstars at work really do come to light when things get stressful. And this has been a stressful time for all companies. So if you're one of those employees that always carries themselves with dignity and respect, you're going to demand that in the room. You can be kind without showing any type of weakness. In fact, I find that if you're kind of a blowhard and you're quick to get angry, whether it's at the office or at home, that's not a sign of strength. Not at all. You don't show strength that way. Actually, I think you show a lot of weakness because it's easy to just go ahead and slap up somebody up the side of the head when you really want to, right? It's easy to give in to those emotions. It's much harder to actually face challenges head on with that dignity and respect. So really think about the words you say. Your words could go a long way in making someone's day. Now, I would say equally important, and in many cases more important, are the words that you say to yourself. You guys, if you wake up in the morning and you're running late, don't criticize yourself and say, "Oh my gosh, I am always running late. What a basket case." Don't criticize yourself. Just use that as a learning opportunity and figure out ways that you can get out of that bed a little bit sooner. Maybe you really need to think about what time you're going to bed at night. Maybe you need to think about your day a little differently. Don't think about it as the end of the day. If you've had a good one and you're excited and want to stay up late and watch Netflix, think about it instead as the beginning of the new day. Okay, you're not going to feel great about your day if you're tired and running late. So, those are the kinds of things you need to think about. Think about what you're saying to yourself. Think about what you're saying to others, because the words we say really do have an impact. That's definitely one of the three things we can control every single day. All right, you guys, let's move on to our second tip. This is another favorite of mine: the actions you take. In other words, the steps that you take during the day. Let me give you an example. I have created a morning routine for myself. I've talked about that in other episodes. I'll be sure to put a link right here and also in the description box about how to have an awesome morning routine. Whatever that means for you. For me, my first name may be Dawn, but that's not because I like to get up early. Not at all. I've always joked with my family that they must have named me Dawn because I like to stay up till dawn, not because I like to get up at dawn. However, being the professional that I am, I realize I can't stay up till 3 a.m. anymore like I did in my 20s. I'm 54 now, so now I can't do that. Okay, now that I'm in my 50s, it's a little harder. So I realize that I don't want to get to work exhausted. I don't want to be one of those moms that's yelling at the kids because she's just kind of at her wit's end. Okay, I think back of when my daughter was very little. And my daughter loved it when I came to pick her up from work. She would literally say to me, "Mommy, you're not like other mommies." And at first I would think, "Oh, God, that can't be a good thing." Okay. I've talked about that in other episodes. But what she was really saying is that I was so happy when I came to pick her up from daycare. It wasn't just because I found ways to make any job my dream job. It was also because I created a routine for myself. And I was a single mom then for many years before I gave love another try and got married second time. By the way, when I was 49, just ladies out there, don't give up hope. Okay. Anyway, one of the things that I discovered was that if I created a great routine for myself and made that an action step, which, by the way, you do have control over way before your day actually starts, I got to the office refreshed. I came home to pick her up from daycare. I felt great because I felt like I had some me time. So if you were a single mother or are a single mother, you might need to get up a little bit earlier, go to bed a little bit earlier. If babies are taking a nap, you take a nap, whatever you need to do, make sure you plan a lot of self-care to take care of yourself. So really think about the actions you take. For me, not only did I want to kind of sip my coffee, journal, maybe watch a TV show that nobody else likes but me, I wanted to have that self-care time before I ever got into traffic and before I ever got to the office. Now, a couple of years ago, I was actually in a job that I absolutely loved. I hated to leave it for the current job I have now, but it was a work opportunity I really couldn't pass up, right? Now, one of the things about that job, which was probably the only thing that wasn't fabulous about my previous job, was the fact that it was a 45-minute commute, sometimes an hour. Not great when right now my office is literally 5 miles from my house. It's amazing. It's a beautiful drive. It's fantastic. So what did I do? What steps did I take to make my day a good one? What did I have control over? Well, I can tell you one thing I didn't have control over. And for those of you that commute, we could leave the house super early, but we're still not going to control whether there's an accident out there. Now, what I could control, though, was buffering my time. So if there was an accident, I'm more likely to get to work on time. But here's another thing I did. I would listen to books on tape in the car. I would listen to inspiring podcasts. I would jam out to music. And then when I would listen to those books, I really got into listening to mystery books because I love a good mystery. And so I would actually download these for free from the library. Love the library, love supporting the library. But it was so amazing to be able to get in the car and listen to a story. And I was like probably one of the few people out in traffic that didn't even mind if there was an accident. I would always hope people were okay in the accident. But in other words, I got to find out who the killer was. Like, I'm behind the wheel. I'm so excited. I'm going to find out what happens next in that story. I had control over that. Nobody else told me, hey, Dawn, did you think about, joining Audible? Great. Love Audible. You have access to all these books. Or, hey, Dawn, have you heard about this podcast? She's just getting started. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite podcasts. Love you, Kimberly, if you're out there. So in any case, I have choices of the actions I take before I get to work, when I'm at work, when I leave, and the way I carry myself at home. Okay, you guys? So that's our second tip. All right, tip number 3. Let's look at tip number 3, the effort you actually make. You guys, we all know when we're kind of skirting by, right? We know when we're giving something 5% or 105%, right? So the amount of effort you put into something is definitely in your control. Think about that. When you get a task at work, especially if it's overwhelming, do you immediately kind of give up? Do you not tell your boss that you're struggling in one area because maybe you haven't gotten the training for that? Maybe you're just so fabulous, they presume you know how to do it. But if you don't speak up for yourself and establish that healthy boundary, you're not going to get the help and support you need. What if you get stuck in that place and you just don't move forward because you're analyzing it over and over again? So the effort you make needs to be a great one, but you don't want to get stuck in that place where you're just doing things over and over and you get stuck in that perfectionist sort of loop. You also want to make sure that you're not holding yourself back. There's lots of subconscious ways where we sometimes can do that. And then you get stuck just thinking, oh gosh, I'm looking at the clock. You just can't wait to get out of there. I don't want you to be one of those people who's not passionate about your work. I promise you, you could turn any job you're in right now into the dream job. That's part of what we do at Shop Talk, is giving you the tools and strategies to do just that. So be sure to really think about the effort you make. When you give it 110%, aren't you just so proud of yourself? Also remember, you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. I say that all the time. It's just so true. So let the chips fall where they may. You're not responsible for that part, but you are responsible for that effort. Let your work ethic be your resume, and I promise you, taking your career to the next level will be the simplest thing you do, because when you put in that kind of effort, it's going to be recognized. Your contribution will be recognized by the higher ups that make those decisions. Now, I say this all the time to my clients. I talk about this on my website with my Taking Charge coaching programs. But you guys, I've only had 4 jobs. And 2 of those jobs were offered to me by my boss's boss's boss. Why? It's not because I'm any more special than anybody else. It's because I had that kind of work ethic that people recognize. Hey, oh, wow, she would be great, right? So because I had built a brand for myself that showed people that I can handle many challenges at work with that kind of enthusiasm and that dignity and respect I talked about, as a result, I felt so honored when the higher ups in my organization had enough faith in me to offer me not 1, but 2 different positions that I could actually choose from. That's what I want for you. I want you to have an awesome resume, and we do offer resume reboots and coaching in our career prep bootcamp. But whether it's me that helps you or somebody else, I want that for you. I want you to love your job, love your career, and I want you to feel like you're making a contribution and that you're getting recognized for it. Not because you have to have people talk about how great you are all the time, but your loved ones should definitely be talking about that. And if they're not, we'll talk. We need to work on that. But I want you to feel valued. People leave jobs because they don't feel valued. It's not always because of the pandemic and things closing. Many times it's because they have such difficulty either with a supervisor or a coworker, and it just festers. So if you concentrate on what you can control, give it your best, you'll see things in your workday turn around. And if you have a fabulous workday, you guys, it's going to definitely spill over into your personal life. And you're going to be one of those moms, like I had the blessing to be, where your son or daughter come up to you and go, My gosh, Mom, what's going on? You're in a great mood today. And it's going to be because you're going to feel more fulfilled in your career. You're going to feel more valued, and you're going to realize, look at how much control I really do have in my day. Now, let me make sure I tell you how you can get that free cheat sheet we talked about. Just head on over to my website. I'm going to put the address right there on the screen for you. Scroll on down to Insider Secrets and literally click on the button that says, send me my free cheat sheet. It is that easy. Now, I'll put all this information in the description box below, along with some digital products that can help you and some ways that you and I could work together. Remember, you don't have to take this journey alone. I would love to help you. Now, it's also important that you conquer some of those other career strategies we talked about in today's video. So head on over to this next set of videos and I'll see you there. In the meantime, don't just have a great workday, make it one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.